Recording.
Well, hello. It is Wednesday, June 24th, I think. I don't know. I've lost track of time. Well, as you can see, I've got the pannier boxes off of Trudy, and we're out here doing a little off-road riding. What I'm doing is I am pre-running a route for the blessing of the bikes here in La Pine. Normally it's a poker run, but this year we have to do things kind of different. So I've been asked to do a mild dual sport route for about an hour. So we're not quite halfway there, and just coming up to the Paulina Highway. Last time we had this on video, it was pouring rain and it was icky, and I had brand new tires. So today it's beautiful, it's warm, my tires are broken in, so we're going to zip down the curvy part of the Paulina Highway and then take the back way down to McKay Crossing and out that way and complete my route. So I just figured we'd have a little video, have a little chat, climb on the bike. Looks like I got dirt on the seat. Oh, this is terrible. What happens when you drag your boots on the seat? All your motorcycle cops know about that. Okay. So we'll go up to the stop sign and let that truck and trailer get ahead of us a little bit because he's going to go slow. We don't want to go slow. That's boring. And another one. What's everybody leaving now for? All right, past the gate shack that is unmanned. Just had to get the dust off my wheels. That's what that was about. That's what I tell my wife anyway. So this Sunday's sermon, we're going to start in John chapter 15. Verse 9, make it in a little ways. And Jesus has just come from speaking of He is the vine and we are the branches. And He kind of sums it up in this. If we love Him, we keep His commandments. And if we abide in Him, in other words, we stay in Him, if we don't break ourselves off, right? If we don't say, okay, I've had enough of church, I'm not going to church anymore, I don't believe this Jesus stuff anymore. Look at the mountains. Still got some snow up there. Pretty. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. If we abide in Him, I'm easily distracted. Abide in Him, stay in Him, like the branches have to stay in the vine, right? Then He is with us. And He says, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. And He said, what was one person asked at one time, what is the greatest commandment? And that was to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and to love your neighbor as yourself. And then, of course, the person that asked that question goes, who's my neighbor? Because he's trying to get away from, or get by with only loving those who love him back. And then, of course, in a different passage, Jesus tells the parable of the Good Samaritan, which, if you understand ancient Hebrew culture, the Jews, the Israelites, and the Samaritans, they were related, but they did not get along at all. And sometimes we don't get along either, right? And sometimes as at least North American Christians, I'm going to throw Canadians in there too, in case you're up in Canada watching this. We've had it pretty comfortable for a long time, right? We could do what we wanted, when we wanted. Really no restrictions. Tax breaks of, at least the church gets tax breaks. Pastors, we don't. I'm here to tell you, I pay a lot of taxes. Because as pastors, we are self-employed. Hey, look, they're going to move over. Now that van will get going. Come on, van. Hello. Hello, van. Yeah. Didn't even know I was here. terrible on a hot rod motorcycle like this, stuck behind a minivan. But I'm not going to pass them where it's dumb. Anyway, where was I before I got on my minivan rant? See, I'm easily distracted. Oh yes, we've been comfortable, right? Oh boy, for the last few months we've had to become very uncomfortable. We've got all kinds of questions about race and this and that. You know, there's only one race. That's the human race. Hello? If you believe in the biblical account of creation, which if you call yourself a Christian, you cannot deny it, then there's one original set of humans, which genetically is perfectly logical, by the way. It's perfectly logical. So if genetically there's one set of humans who have all the genetic codes for all the various skin tones and skin colors and all that kind of stuff. Hey, look, here comes a dual sporter. He's not following a minivan. An old Suzuki DRZ 400, I think. Great bike. Anyway. Skin color should be completely immaterial. It has nothing to do with anything. The only real difference between people is language and cultural norms, right? Which cultural norms are changing all the time. Language is always changing. We think we speak English, but we listen to, you know, some people from England, and we can't understand them, and we think they're not speaking English. Well, they don't think we're speaking English either, right? So language is what separates us. That goes back to the Tower of Babel and the Book of Genesis. We should never be separated by race. You know, there's a lot of topsy-turvy in our country, people tipping over statues and trying to change, you know, long-standing names and all this kind of stuff. It's like, you know, I don't really care about a statue. We do want to remember our history, and our history hasn't always been as bright as we say. Our national founding government documents speak of all men being created equal. Yes, we are created equal, but we have not treated each other equally throughout our history. Instead, whoever has the most power will try to take advantage of those who do not. That's regardless of skin color. All we have to do is look at our two major political parties. Oh, I was going to turn there. Each trying to take advantage of the other, each trying to take advantage of their constituents. And you could say in our history that the whites have always had to take power and over everybody else, but it's not exclusive to whites. Look what's happening in the Chaz or Chop Zone in Seattle. It's like Animal Farm. Remember that book, George Orwell? The animals, especially the pigs, did not like the farmer, did not like that they were treated like farm animals. And so they cooked up a plan to revolt and kill the farmer and take charge of the farm. And they did. And then what did the pigs do with the rest of the farm animals? Treated them worse than the farmer treated them. That's just, George was just making a statement about human nature. That's all he was doing. It's all the same. Right? The Bible says, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. All. Regardless of skin color. Oh, gosh, guys, wear a shirt. Come on. Especially you without a tan. Anyway, we are all the same. I mean, if you poke any one of us, we all bleed the same color of blood, right? Our organs are in the same places, generally. If you are a subscriber to Abraham Maslow's, which I don't believe in, right? Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the highest piece of that little puzzle is supposed to be self-actualization, which is a bunch of poppycock. Our highest need is to be loved. And there's no greater love than the love of our Creator. And He made the original human beings, took on humanity Himself in the person Jesus Christ. And then, as John 15, somewhere in the middle of that chapter says, greater love has no man than this, than to lay down his life for his friends. And He calls us His friends if we love Him and keep His commandment to love each other as He has loved us. So, North American Christians, time to get uncomfortable. Shed the cloak of your nationality for a minute, or forever, if need be, and embrace Christianity the way it's meant to be. Not focus on the temporary and the external, or the American way of life. Look at how millions of Christians around the world have to live. And a lot of them, if they're not being persecuted, they might be poor, but you talk to them and they're pretty happy, and they wonder, what's the matter with American Christians? Well, we're spoiled. Man, I'm spoiled. Most pastors around the world, if they have a motorcycle, they got like a little, 175 two-stroke that's been rebuilt 5 times that they carry the whole family on, or do all their grocery shopping on. And here, I have this technological wonder beast. Anyway, that's my thoughts for the day, my rants for the day. Gotta stand up a little bit, it gets a little rough.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together, it's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me, we're meant to be